Let me ask you something that might sting a little. When was the last time you left the barbershop, looked in your phone camera on the way to the car, and felt that drop in your stomach? Everything looked clean in the shop mirror under those lights, but now you're outside, natural lighting, and something is off. Your hairline looks higher than it did when you sat down. The blend doesn't feel right. There's a spot near your temple that looks thinner than it did 2 weeks ago, and you start wondering, did I just pay somebody to damage my hair? Here's what most people don't realize. Your barber can be skilled, experienced, and well-intentioned, and still be making mistakes that are gradually destroying your hairline every single visit. These aren't dramatic, obvious errors. They're subtle. They accumulate over months and years, and by the time you notice the damage, you're already looking at thinning you can't easily reverse. I'm about to break down 5 specific mistakes that happen in barbershops every day. Mistakes most barbers won't bring up because they don't even realize they're doing them. And once you see these, you will never sit in that chair the same way again. Because protecting your hairline isn't just your barber's job, it's yours too. And that starts with knowing what to watch for. Mistake 1. Pushing your hairline back too far. This is the most common mistake and the one that does the most visible damage. Your barber lines you up, and instead of following your natural hairline, they push it back to create a cleaner shape. It looks sharp for 3 days. But here's what just happened. They shaved away hair that was naturally growing at your hairline's edge. Hair that defined where your hairline actually sits. And when that hair grows back, it comes in uneven because the natural boundary has been disrupted. Do this every 2 weeks for a year, and your hairline isn't where it started anymore. It's a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, sometimes a full inch higher than where nature put it. You didn't go bald. Your barber relocated your hairline 1 visit at a time. The fix is simple, but it requires you to speak up. Before your barber touches the liner, tell them to follow your natural hairline, not reshape it. Point to where your hair naturally starts growing and say, "Stay on this line." A good barber will respect that. If they push back and say it'll look cleaner their way, hold your ground. Clean means nothing if your hairline is retreating every 2 weeks. Mistake 2. Too much pressure during the lineup. This one flies under the radar because most men associate pressure with precision. Your barber presses the trimmer hard against your skin to get that razor-sharp edge, and you assume that's just how it's done. But that pressure is doing real damage you can't see in the mirror. When a trimmer is pressed too hard against the hairline, it creates micro-trauma to the follicles sitting right at the edge. That means inflammation, irritation, and over time, follicles that stop producing hair altogether. If your hairline ever feels sore or tender after a lineup, that's not normal. That's your scalp telling you the pressure was excessive. And here's the part nobody talks about. That soreness you feel, it's often followed by tiny bumps or redness along the hairline within 24 hours. Most men blame that on irritation from the blade. It's not the blade. It's the pressure behind it crushing follicles that are already fragile from repeated lineups. Next time you're in the chair, pay attention to how hard your barber is pressing. If you can feel the trimmer pushing into your skin rather than gliding across it, say something. Tell them lighter. A clean line does not require force. The sharpness comes from the blade, not from how hard it's pressed against your head. Mistake 3. Using dull or poorly maintained clippers. Have you ever sat through a cut that felt like it was pulling your hair instead of cutting it? That dragging, tugging sensation means the blades are dull. And a dull blade doesn't just give you a bad cut. It tears the hair strand instead of slicing it cleanly. Every torn strand is a damaged follicle opening. Every damaged follicle opening is an opportunity for inflammation, ingrown hairs, and weakened regrowth. Over months of cuts with dull blades, your hairline starts showing the wear, uneven texture, patchy spots, and strands that grow back thinner than they should. You have every right to ask your barber when they last changed or sharpened their blades. That's not disrespectful. That's you protecting your hair. A professional barber maintains their tools regularly. If asking that question makes them uncomfortable, that tells you everything you need to know about how seriously they take the health of your hair versus just the appearance of your cut. If you're realizing your barber might be making one of these mistakes, subscribe right now. I break down the things about black hair care that nobody else explains. And I've got 2 more mistakes coming that might be the most important ones. Stay with me. Mistake 4. Ignoring your natural hair growth pattern. Every head of hair grows differently. Your hair might grow forward at the temples, swirl at the crown, or lay in a direction that doesn't match the standard fade template. When a barber cuts against your natural growth pattern instead of working with it, two things happen. First, the fade looks awkward within days because the hair grows back in its natural direction and fights the shape that was cut into it. Second, and more importantly, cutting against the grain repeatedly creates friction between the new growth and the shape, which leads to ingrown hairs, irritation, and gradual thinning in those conflict zones. Before your next cut, spend 30 seconds in the mirror studying which direction your hair naturally grows in different areas. Then communicate that to your barber. Tell them where it swirls, where it pushes forward, where it lays flat. A barber who listens to that and adjusts their technique accordingly is a barber who's protecting your hairline, not just servicing it. Mistake 5. Neglecting post-cut scalp care. This is the mistake that isn't your barber's fault, it's yours. You walk out of the shop with a fresh cut, your hairline is exposed, your scalp is slightly irritated from the trimmer, and what do? Nothing. You go about your day with an unprotected, freshly shaved hairline exposed to dust, sweat, and whatever else your environment throws at it. That freshly lined area is essentially an open zone. The skin is sensitive, the follicles are exposed, and without any post-cut care, you're inviting irritation and inflammation right where you need healthy growth the most. Here's what you should be doing. Within a few hours of your cut, apply a lightweight, non-clogging oil to your hairline and scalp, something that soothes inflammation and supports the follicle rather than suffocating it. I use the Ocean View Juice Boost Hair Growth Oil for this because it's formulated to nourish without creating the heavy buildup that blocks the follicle, which is exactly what your hairline needs when it's freshly exposed and vulnerable. One application after every cut, that's it. Think of it as aftercare the same way you'd treat any other part of your body after it's been worked on. Your barber's job ends when you leave the chair. What happens to your hairline after that is on you. And if you're spending money every 2 weeks on a cut, but doing nothing to protect your hairline between visits, you're investing in the look while neglecting the health. The look fades in a week, the health compounds over years. 5 mistakes. Some your barber is making, one that's on you. But here's the real takeaway. Your hairline is not just a style choice. It's one of the first things people notice about you, and it's one of the hardest things to get back once it's gone. Every time you sit in that chair, you're trusting someone with something that directly affects how you see yourself in the mirror every morning. That trust should come with standards. Know what to ask for, know what to watch for, and know that protecting your hairline is a partnership between you and your barber, not a one-sided transaction where you sit down, stay quiet, and hope for the best. Tell me in the comments, which of these 5 mistakes has your barber been making? And be honest, which one is
Subscribe if you haven't. I put out real content every week for barbers and for the people sitting in their chairs. I'll catch you in the next one.